rushed out into the hall. Much to Elspeth's relief, going down the stairs was much easier on her wounded leg and back than going up had been. Still, she was trembling by the time she got to her landlord's door. Elspeth knocked sharply, and then began to rifle through her keys in search of the one to Meredith's apartment. "Elspeth Pims, what are you doing?" her mother hissed, coming down the staircase after her. "It's fine, Mother. Go back upstairs," she whispered. "No, get back here. I want to talk to you. What are you doing getting home so late? And why aren't you obeying me? You—" Her words trailed off as Elspeth finally found the right key and quickly unlocked her landlady's door. Pushing it open, Elspeth hurried into the apartment, nearly crashing into a large, burly man. Catching herself at the last minute, she stumbled to a halt, and then gaped at the blonde hunk in front of her. Her knock had obviously roused him from sleep. The man was sporting some serious bedhead, his short blonde hair standing up in all directions above wide, startled baby blue eyes and a chiseled face. He had pulled on jeans that, while zipped, were not buttoned, and he was shirtless, his wide, muscular chest bare. And damn, he smelled good, Elspeth thought as she stared at his beautiful chest and inhaled the deep, spicy aroma of him, a scent that was oddly familiar.
"Elle, what are you doing here?"
That question, in a bewildered tone, drew Elspeth's attention away from the man's chest and back to his handsome face. Frowning when she saw the combination of recognition and confusion on his face, she asked, "Who are you? And what are you doing in Mary's apartment?" For some reason her questions made his head jerk back as if she'd surprised him. Before she could ponder that too long, footsteps sounded behind him. "Good morning, Ellie, dear. Perfect timing as always. The kettle just came to a boil." Elspeth leaned to the side to peer around to the large man and smiled with relief when she spotted the white-haired woman standing in the kitchen doorway further down the hall. Noting that she looked fine and healthy, Elspeth said uncertainly, "Morning, Mary. Is everything okay?" "Oh, yes, wonderful." The woman smiled at her brightly, skin wrinkling around twinkling blue eyes much like those of the man between them. "That young buck in front of you is my grandson, Wyatt McKay. He came to visit. As a surprise," she added, her tone as dry as dust. Elspeth's eyebrows rose a bit, and then understanding and sympathy covered her face. Meredith's son worked for a large insurance company. He'd started here in Toronto, but 20 years ago had been offered a promotion that had meant moving to British Columbia. Despite having to leave family and friends behind, he'd accepted and moved there with his wife and their young son, Wyatt, who was obviously the now grown-up hunk standing in front of her. That explained how Wyatt had known her name, she supposed. No doubt Mary had mentioned her. The question now was, why the surprise visit? "Elspeth, come here, please." Elspeth glanced over her shoulder, a little startled to see her mother standing in the open doorway in her silk robe. She'd quite forgotten she had her own visitors to deal with. "Is that one of your sisters, dear?" Meredith asked. "I was a little surprised when Wyatt told me that your sisters had arrived, and he'd let them into your apartment last evening while I was having my bath. You didn't mention they were coming." Hearing the concern in the woman's voice, Elspeth turned back and leaned to the side again to give her a reassuring smile around Wyatt's wide shoulders. "Because I didn't know. My mother and sisters decided to surprise me with a visit, too." Grimacing, she added, "It must be a full moon or something." "Yes," Meredith said with a conspiratorial grin.
"Mother and sisters?"
Wyatt asked with surprise, and Elspeth realized her mistake. Her mother didn't look a day over 25, which was why she usually introduced her as a sister. Not doing so now had been a slip-up. Before she could decide how to deal with that slip-up, her mother spoke again. "Well, we had to surprise you, Elspeth." Martine's voice was grim. "If we waited for an invitation or for you..."